This is the Normal Nerds Podcast, where two very normal dudes talk about very nerdy stuff and whatever else we feel like talking about. I'm your host, Maxwell Ceresia.
I'm your host, who has a new favorite anime opening, Davis Bates.
This episode is our weekly anime recap, so sit back, relax, and welcome to the Normal Nerds Podcast. All right, Davis.
Yo!
I'm interested in what that is.
Mm-hmm. We'll talk about it when we get to it.
It has me on the edge of my seat. I'm not gonna lie.
Excellent,
I was
yes,
like, when you said that, I was like,
excellent. Yes,
what do you mean?
yes,
What
yes.
do you mean? But weekly anime recap. Welcome back, everybody. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 anime. And then next week we'll have 6.
Yes.
Because we're going to be dropping one of these
Yes.
anime. We'll get to it. If you're a listener, you would know which one is going to be dropped. Because it's poorly written. But we also are shaking up the order because we've agreed that Fire Force does not deserve the top spot.
Nope.
Thought it would.
Yep. Yeah.
There's honestly 2 anime that could really deserve the top spot.
Yes.
But so the new one we picked for the top spot, as in usually if you're listening to our weekly anime review / recaps over a long time, you'd know the top spot belongs to the anime we think is the best of the season. But it is now My Hero Vigilante, episode 4.
Yeah, buddy. And this opening is currently my favorite frontrunner for the entire year.
What else is
It's
there?
better than Shangri-La Frontiers that we talked about last time.
That's true.
I actually think this is leagues ahead of Shangri-La. Maybe
This
not
is a
leagues, but it's in a
great-
different category because
This is a
I was
great
watching
opening.
it. I was watching it at the gym on the bike or something. Yeah, the gym on the bike, and I was like, just going, and I was like, I had to catch myself because I was like bopping to it, and I was like, shit, I'm in public right now,
I think that's pretty normal at the gym, though. Bopping to music.
like bopping to music on a bike.
Yeah, I think that's okay at the gym.
I'm not doing it. I've watched kids dance at the
It
gym.
depends.
I'm not
Yeah,
doing it.
it depends on how much you're bopping now.
Yeah, exactly.
If it's like female bopping levels, then no, it's not okay.
Yeah, no.
But if it's like, there'll be like sometimes I'm like walking in between sets and I'm like, I'm
different.
already leaning.
Yeah.
When I was like, don't lean
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
no,
table, so
no, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
already leaning. But
Yes, I understand what you're saying. That's actually
But
acceptable.
if I was like,
I was getting animated.
I do hate the people that like in between a set, they're like,
yeah.
it's like, we don't need this much.
It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Unless they're absolutely jacked and they're like pushing it to the absolute limit. And then I'm like, hey, you have all the right to do whatever you're doing.
Yeah, you own the gym.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm like, what am I supposed to do now?
But I agree with you. This opening, it's a no skip.
Yeah, whenever it cuts to the just like, okay, so just the lighting alone when it kicks out and it's got the like bam, 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 bam with all 3 of them, and then I've replayed it like 5 times. I think I replay it every time the opening happens. Is when Pop Step and her goons are just bopping back and forth. That's my favorite part of the song.
It is great.
It's just really great. It's just nuts. And it's a feel good song too.
They're nailing it with Pop Steps music.
Dude, they're killing it with it. Yeah, 100% agree with you.
I was at the gym
so yeah.
and I was lifting, and that was one song I lifted to.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Pop Step song.
Nice. Yeah, I've been listening to this opening. Actually.
This opening rocks.
It's
Yeah,
sick. Yeah.
And this episode was incredible.
Goodness, yeah, dude. They suck. Fuck them for making us like eat his brother so much. Fuck them for making him so good.
Yeah, I forgot where his thrusters were. I forgot how dumb those looked there, but
Yeah,
I forgot how terrible that looks. But
Yeah.
he's such a nice guy. I love how he immediately helped the crawler there. It's like immediately he's like,
he's a hero.
He showed you how to stop, and he's like, you could be a hero too. He's like, I can't go that. First of all, he's like, speed is the most important thing, but you can't go that fast anyways.
Yeah, so it really doesn't matter. So how about? I mean, like, I don't want to say this was obvious advice because I didn't think about it, but just like, well, instead of just full braking, go backwards. And like,
Yeah, I would say that when he said that, I was like, I'm just gonna pretend if I had this power for a really long time, I would have figured that out.
yeah, that's what I am gonna pretend as well because like, that seems so simple.
It does seem
It's
very
so
simple.
simple. It's like, I mean, but also My Hero Academia is the king of doing shit like that. Like, bro, I love one of my favorite memes back when early days of My Hero was Deku figuring out that he can just shoot his finger to do a damn set, and then maybe he'll use the attack with like a little bit more force, and then use your legs. That was like a big brain break moment for him.
Break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but Ingenium.
Ingenium, yes.
Yeah. First of all, I did like this whole scene where he's chasing down this bat villain guy who was pretty cool, honestly. And he failed immediately. I was like, oh.
Aw.
But I did. It was really
Early
interesting.
hero days.
It really interesting to show like this privatized hero organization.
Yeah.
Like how much they kind of suck in the early days and like.
Yeah.
Right, pretty much all of them couldn't do anything.
Yeah, and it seems like Ingenium there kind of just hires any dork that he finds on the street.
Yeah, because he kind of was just like, you should be a hero.
Here you go. And then some of the people on his team sucked.
Yeah, the one guy was like out of shape.
Like big time, yeah. Like what this? You could have a quirk that's like a fat, like fat gun.
Yeah.
And all
I was like,
but
yeah.
he didn't catch the villain.
Yeah.
And kind of looked like a boob doing it.
None of them used a quirk.
No. Jenny was the only one doing things with it. His quirk. It was like, what's going on? Did get to see the answer to your question from last episode.
Yep.
Saw how old Ida is right now.
Yeah, he looked more like we think like 10.
Yeah, some in anime terms, yeah, probably somewhere around there.
10,
yeah. Yeah. Quirks develop around age 5 usually, so
yeah,
that probably makes sense.
That means that Deku's around the same age, so
yeah.
It's actually like probably like I don't know. It's probably only like 5 years in the past, maybe.
Probably
5 to 7 years in the past.
Unless he is younger than what we're saying he is.
That's like 5 to 7.
Yeah, 5 to 7.
Yeah. I mean, because Deku is technically what? He's got to be like 14
in the anime
when it starts.
Yeah,
because he's going to high school.
Yeah, it's
or
UA.
13. 14. He'd be 14.
Okay.
Yeah, like 14 because he's a freshman in high school. No, wait, they go 3 years, don't they? So maybe
Japan's
15.
Weird. Yeah,
15, maybe 15. Regardless, 15. Like
yeah.
so, it's got to be like 5 to 7 years.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something. They're children.
But it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. I was like, yes, shut up! And then he runs into the tree. I was like, this is freaking hilarious.
What is what it's? You're not a robot.
Yeah, because he's really like.
I know that was great.
It's really cool though. I love I love how the Flash like doesn't have any problem with this, but they use it's a common negative for speedsters that they can't turn quick.
Uh-huh.
I just love that.
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, like it kind of like I know the Flash doesn't have any problem with that and all that stuff.
But the Flash is awesome.
Flash is awesome, yeah. But also it makes sense for a speedster to
yeah.
like cars have trouble turning that fast. So why wouldn't a guy running on his legs? Like
yeah.
I have trouble turning that fast and I run at a fraction of the speed.
I have trouble turning.
I'm getting old.
I can't turn to the left.
My joints.
And then okay, what else happened in this episode?
Bat, and then
Knuckle Smasher's awesome. Oh no, the training. Oh, she is so in love with him.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Next episode, we're really gonna see it. But...
Oh yeah.
This B girl sucks.
Yeah, the B girl's really bad.
Do you think he's Knuckle Smasher's like daughter or something?
Nah, no way.
Do you think he knows her somehow though?
I bet he's been on her trail because he knows what the bees. Because he caught. The bees
but he gets like very sensitive about it.
Yeah, but I thought that was because we found on the end of the episode is because he was feeling bored.
That is true, but I do think he's like I don't think he's. There's gonna be more to it. There's gonna be more to it. I don't know. Maybe not his daughter.
I wonder the big bad behind it. There might be more there.
All I'm saying is his backstory is gonna be sad as shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like,
you don't get here without a sad backstory.
Yeah.
You don't get to be the mysterious boxing man training at college and a high school girl to be heroes without an incredibly sad backstory.
Yeah.
All Might was in the limelight doing it publicly and all that stuff, and his backstory was sad as shit.
I don't remember his backstory.
It was like his parents got killed.
Oh yeah,
and then he went to America and he wanted to be.
The reason I don't remember
his
sad backstory thing is because All Might was just happy pretty much throughout the entire.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he just wanted to be.
I'm gonna be a hero.
He wanted to be the best boy all the time. You know.
Yeah,
so.
his back. So, oh yeah, you might be right. But I just had this feeling. I was like, they're connected somehow.
I don't know if they're connected
because we don't know anything about her, and we don't know anything about him.
True.
But we also know nothing about anything.
Yeah.
So I'm just throwing it out there. So if it happens, I'll be like, look, I was totally right.
We were totally right. This podcast, you heard it here first, folks.
What was the one thing? Oh, that you literally. Oh, we'll talk about. We'll talk about to be hero X. But she's nuts.
Horrible.
Like she's bad. Like she needs to be. I always wonder is like, is she gonna be dead?
In jail, probably.
But all the prisoners got released
from Supermax prisons. Her B quirk's not Supermax level, I think.
If she got a hold of just a small vat of poison. Actually, yeah, no, why wouldn't they have broken? No, her power's horrible.
A bug zapper stops her.
She could take that thing that makes it so everyone loses their quirks and send 1 million bees and stab. That's insane. She could poison.
If they had a bug zapper, and it looks like she takes damage when you break the bees.
Yeah, maybe that's what it's. I was going to say, but you gotta think about it. Like, if you actually think like the power of that ability is like, that's horrible. If she had a poison in her thing that could just kill somebody.
I feel like we've already seen people with multiplication quirks and it didn't really matter.
Yeah, but her thing is like, and then as they point out, you can't really even see the bugs. Like most people, he noticed, but like most people were just like, what? So she could kill. She could have killed all those people.
She could have killed a lot. I mean, like a lot of these villains could kill a lot of people. Like
Like who?
Playtime could have just started stomping on people.
Who's Playtime?
The giant guy with the multiple hands, the toy master.
Yeah, but he's an idiot.
Okay, yeah.
She's not. Or maybe she is. She's not that smart. The scene was very weird, though, when she met up with that guy.
The first time or second time?
The second time.
Second time was weird.
Yeah, he's like, oh, no. I was like, okay, why do you have to imply, like, she's
why are you gonna make this sexual? Why are you gonna make this weird? Yeah, why are you gonna make this like something like weird? But like, why you gotta do that? We know what she's doing. We know what they're doing. Yes. They're going to a back alley, and she's gonna drug him.
Yes.
We saw this not 10 minutes earlier with the other guy.
Yeah, what was it? What was the other guy's one?
It was like he stored up energy, with a stockpile energy, and released it.
Oh, yeah.
But like when she injected him with the drug, he came like the Hulk.
Yeah. That was a cool fight. Oh, Knuckle Smasher's awesome.
That was the shit, dude.
Yeah,
he's really so cool.
Do you think he might have a quirk?
If he has a quirk, I'm like,
kind of seemed like he did at the end of that fight.
You think?
I mean, that punch was crazy.
Yeah, but I think he's just that strong. I think the show's implying he's just that strong. Because he was fighting.
Yeah, that's true.
He was fighting. He was fighting Eraserhead, like toe to toe, who's a pro hero and good at this time, and wasn't using a quirk. And then they implied in this episode, not implied, they said it in this episode when they were boxing that like against most villains, he's holding back. So like I think he's just gonna be. I think it's gonna be
that's what I'm saying.
Where it's like. But I think it's gonna be one of those instances where he's just like really that jacked and strong. He's like Captain Obi-ing it.
Yeah, he could be. But I'm just saying also, it's like that line made me think he did have a quirk. It's like, oh, he's holding back, and I was like, oh,
I think
maybe that means he's holding back something. But what would be really funny though if he did have a quirk, it was just stupid as fuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Didn't do anything.
Yeah, it was like
so he just didn't use it.
Just made his teeth knock a cavity or something. Yeah,
so that was dumb as hell.
Shit like that. Yeah.
But he's got the Batman effect. He's just badass.
He just shows up and he beats and he's like he clocks heads and beats the shit out of everyone. That fight was sick.
That fight was awesome, and I really love I love the concept of like they're just not good at fighting.
Yeah, that is not. Yeah, that is really
so.
Good,
and like they just got the explosion of a new quirk, which makes sense that they don't know how to control it really well.
Yeah.
So he can just beat them. I do enjoy the fact that this crew here doesn't really do anything except for Knuckle Smasher coming in and beating the crap out of everyone.
Crawler did something this episode.
Yeah, he tripped the bat. Yes.
That's something. That's what he can do.
They are a good crew. Did love when they're like, I'm Knuckle Smasher. I'm the Crawler. Like blah blah. And they're like, we're like vigilantes. And Popset's like, I have nothing to do with these boys.
Bye. I did think that's another screensaver shot when when they help and Jenny capture him. They're like, what happened? And they're just like up there. It's like we helped out. It's a little hard to see in the dark, but we're used to
this area.
I was watching that. I was like, I'm getting chills right now.
They're awesome.
It's pretty dope.
It's a great crew.
It's pretty dope right here. Don't know why you revealed your face, but whatever.
Yeah, that was really dumb.
You're really bad at hiding that, you know? Like, he's really bad at hiding that. I don't know why he wears the mask at this point.
I don't know, just so he can pull it down.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Also, maybe... Well, he does get a new outfit later.
Eventually, yes. I think they both do it. I don't know if they all do. I think I spoiled
Oh, Pops has a new outfit?
I think she got a new one.
Better one? Hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't like that dress thing.
No. I'm pretty sure it's still revealing.
It's not... This one's not too revealing, I guess, but like I just don't like the skirt thing around her because it just looks so dumb.
No, yeah, but I don't know.
Couldn't they just made her in college too? Why did they do this?
I think her a high schooler, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Couldn't they just? It was like it could have been so refreshing.
Yeah, I know. Where I saw.
Now you can't even. Now like, technically you can't even ship
Knuckle Smasher in his 30s, Crawler 19, Pop Step, put her in college. Nah.
Technically, you can't even ship them now. You gotta ship them.
Yeah.
I know, but now you can't. But you have to.
You have to, but you can't.
Because next episode is all about like how she's crushing on him, and it's like, of course,
I need the exact age.
If she's 17, it's fine.
Yes.
He's 19.
As long as they don't do anything until she's 18, or whatever. I guess the consent in Japan is. It's probably 17.
I think it's
or some bullshit.
15 or something.
Oh, Japan.
It's pretty low.
That's kind of messed up.
No, I'm not talking about sex or anything. Just like I just want them to be like a couple.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. Why couldn't she just made her in college?
It would have made sense if she was in college too.
Yeah, I know.
It made total sense.
It would have made more sense.
Yeah, it actually would have. Yeah, I don't know why they put her in high school. So we got to reach the kids somehow.
I don't know, but this episode was great.
Overall, yeah, fantastic episode. Ida's brother is awesome.
Yes.
He's just calmer Ida.
Yeah, and he's super uplifting and awesome.
I love his eyebrows too. I thought they'd be stupid, but then I saw them. They're so cool.
Yeah, they are so cool. Yeah. And he's paralyzed now. So
yeah, that really does suck a lot. Yeah, it really sucks. I hope we made a better crew in that time period. That
You know what's really funny too is wasn't his organization like pretty?
Yeah,
pretty
it was pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was a top hero, I think.
What was the name of the anti-hero guy again?
Stain. That crippled him.
I never liked Stain.
No,
he sucked.
He did suck a lot, and his power was gross.
Yeah, he sucked. Yeah. And everyone was always like, nah, he's so cool. And I'm like, he sucks. He's a great villain.
Okay, yeah.
Oh no, yeah, he's a great villain.
Oh yeah, he sucks. Yeah,
but I was just like, ugh.
When he confronted All Might again after all that time, I was like, you're stupid. Yeah. Why didn't you stop any of these jailbreakers while you were breaking out, huh, Mister? Oh, there's no real heroes and all that bull crap. And you let all these horrible villains run out. Like, because remember, your thing wasn't destroy society; it was destroy fake heroes. And it's like, so why didn't you just stop some of the villains that were getting out?
No one's good.
Yeah,
but I know what's good.
Yeah, with my weird tongue.
Yeah, he was.
I like blood.
But let's move on. Yeah,
what's with the blood people being so fucking weird in My Hero?
People?
Him and Toga. Bud Quirks. Toga. The girl. Transforms into you.
Oh, yeah.
She drinks your blood.
I forgot about Toga. And
she's dead now, so it's
a bunch of people being like, isn't she great? Cody being like, isn't she great?
No.
It's like, no, she's amazing. I mean, everyone's supposed to feel bad for her.
Yeah, no.
And we were like, nah.
Nah, death is probably the best way out of
this. She's a serial killer.
She's horrible.
She's killed an old lady.
She killed an old lady. She's killed a lot of people.
Yeah. You got anything else to say about this episode?
I don't think so. I love it. It's amazing. Every second of it. I'm so excited for it. I'm really glad that it comes out early in the week because I'm always hoping for it.
That's true. Now let's move on to To Be Hero X episode 5.
This anime.
This episode, before I say anything, this is our episode of the week.
Yes, definitely. It's amazing and it's written really well and it puts a lot of other anime to shame, especially Lazarus. This is how you write anime and make me feel something.
This, I 100% agree. Mm-hmm. This was one of those episodes where one of my favorite things about the show is I have no idea what's going on.
No clue.
I don't even know what the main story of the show is, really.
Exactly.
But they write the characters in these like mini-ish stories so well that I don't care, because I literally was watching this episode. I was like, who's this guy? First of all, immediately starts out, he's Batman.
I was thinking the same exact thing.
His parents are killed in front of him.
Yeah, in an alley.
And then, I already forgot the guy's name. Isol. Yeah. Saves him, which I don't really get how he works personally.
With lightning.
Yes, but like, how does his score go up?
Who are we talking about? The real hero?
Yeah.
I don't know, people.
Because you have trust in like the image.
Yes.
So if someone just copies the image, wouldn't the
power systems in this world already didn't make sense?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, but I'm trying to explain it. Like,
I think it's like, I think it's probably more of a it's probably more of a. While the power system scaling thing is actual bullshit, it's probably more of a how to explain it. It's probably dummy proof in that if they're believing in if they believe in East, because
he had the first,
they're believing in they're believing in the East. There's no there's no way to fake that sort of thing.
But yeah, and so also this is a Chinese whatever anime is called the Chinese thing. It's a Chinese anime, so therefore all the characters' names are Chinese, so I don't remember any of them. So I'm just gonna go with main boy in this one, main girl in this one, and we'll describe it to people. Main boy in this one, he is a prime example of if you just have more confidence.
Yeah. Yes.
Because he had no confidence. The girl clearly liked him.
Oh, 100%. She clearly 100%. But because she had interactions with the super rich boy there, who showed up at terrible times.
All the time.
Might
as well call him Kizaru.
Exactly. Just getting in the way. Yeah. When Kizaru kept showing up there, everyone was like, oh man, she's clearly into this guy. And then like, lo and behold, she asked him out on a date.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
Ish.
He still should have went.
Yes.
Because she definitely asked him on a date.
Yes. Well, actually, was it gonna be
that kid was gonna be there.
I don't know if I would have gone on that date. Now that I think about it, I don't know if I would have done that.
I would have.
It's tough.
Were you gonna leave her alone with the guy?
Yeah, no, I guess not. I feel so third wheelie, but she's asking you.
Yeah, but then you're like, it's like, well, I mean, this all could have been resolved if he just said who he was at the start.
At the beginning, yes. And not have his spot blown up at the end there.
Yes. I mean, though he looks even cooler though now at the end. Like he was like, I'm just a badass hero. I didn't want him to give up my identity because I'm so cool.
It did, yeah. That's true. Yeah. That's true.
No, I
agree.
It's like the entire time he should have just said something, but at the end he just looks so cool. He was just like,
I'll put my helmet back on.
He's like, I'm just awesome. But the entire time I'm like, just ask her out, dude.
Just ask her out, man. You have the ticket. You probably spent like $500 on those tickets.
Minimum.
Yeah, minimum. And like just add like, if I spend that much money on tickets, not only am I asking the girl out, if she says no, I'm walking over to the next girl that I see and I'm asking her out. Like,
or scalping them, yeah.
Or scalping them, yeah. Nah, I'd go. Depends.
Do you listen to Lucky Cyan?
It would have to be. I might there.
I know.
She seemed pretty popular, I guess. I don't know. Like, everyone kept talking like we should know about her.
It's a pretty good pop star name, honestly.
I mean, it's not bad. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And like, I'm not getting tickets to like. I'm not getting tickets to something I don't care about. I have to care about a little bit.
If you're taking a girl. If I was taking it depends on the concert. I was gonna say,
I don't want to be a miserable fuck there at it, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say it depends on the concert. I was like I'll take.
If I take her to a Taylor Swift.
Nah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I didn't even. There's a lot of Taylor Swift music I like, but the problem is the crowd would be so horrible.
Yes.
But I'd take her to like a Sabrina Carpenter concert. I don't know what the crowd's like.
They can't be good.
Honestly, concert sounds like a terrible date. Let's just get that.
That's factual. That's factual.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Factual. Like, the price of entry is insane already.
I'm thinking price of entry is insane. You can barely hear each other.
Yeah.
That's such a young person.
You're really going to do your like cheap dinner beforehand and then go.
That's such a young person.
Yeah.
It's like, wouldn't it be fun if we went to a concert? It's like, it'd be great.
Oh, it'd be such a good time. Are you having fun? No. Are you? No.
It's like the idea whoever dumb idiot came up with that movies are a great date, which I've done them as dates.
I've done them, but I was like third dates.
Yeah, but they're just stupid because third dates are like the third date's a good move, but it's just like for like you're already dating.
Yeah.
But like as a first date, it's like what?
Terrible. Like what are you? It's like this is cool. I had fun sitting next to you in the theater.
Yeah.
Quietly.
So yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, that'd be the concert thing would be tough. I don't think I would. Yeah.
But she definitely So that rich kid kept getting in the way. First of all, how many internships does that kid freaking have?
So many.
Yeah, I know.
So many.
But then once again, his confidence was in the way. However, in the competition, he was like the guy. They showed somebody a picture of the kid.
Yeah.
Main boy, and the person was like, no,
because we had zero trust value. That was the point. Like the whole point of this episode is that he had like zero trust or whatever.
Dude.
Which,
first of all, right when the little kid was like, this show sucked, I was like, what a fucking nerd.
I know.
I was like,
well, for a second there, I thought it was like, is this our main character as a child?
Because he knew about like PR.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like he kind of looked like him, and I was
and then
like,
he said his name, which I don't remember, and it's not Ling Ling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's like, okay, so you're not the same kid. That'd been funny if it was.
Yeah. And I have no idea where they are in the current time.
Absolutely not.
Because they gave dates on this one, and I was like,
I think this is current time.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, because it's 16 years later. Sure.
I have no idea.
I don't freaking know. This is definitely the guy at the end that shoots Moon. So like,
oh my God, it is.
Yeah, right.
I forgot all about that because this episode was so awesome. Whoa, my God! No, it's not him.
Why?
He's too cool.
It could be like I'm starting to wonder if the whole him shooting. I'm starting to wonder if our boy Commoner is stuck in some weird mind bendy thing right now.
Yeah, because it's the second time you've seen her.
Every second we've seen Moon dead, and like
this episode was so good, I kind of forgot about everything else in this show.
This is an amazing episode.
We haven't even gotten to the best part, but like
it's one of those things where it's like
I totally forgot it wasn't.
Yeah, this is one of those things where it's like the cliffhanger at the end of the last episode. I would have been like, I'd been mad if they cut away to this random new character. It's like how dare they do it? But they wrote it so well that I was like,
that's so true.
This is amazing.
Yeah, honestly, that's so true. Even when it started out with this random guy, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay,
and then like literally 5 minutes episode, I was like, First of all, they showed this like cool boss guy who looks like he's straight out of freaking Tekken, with the ponytail and the white goatee. His boss.
Oh yeah.
He seems like a great guy
wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Yeah, like for no reason. In not a beach town.
Yeah, and fires these two horrible people.
Degenerate people. Yeah.
Horrible.
They're kidnapping kids.
Yes. Which ones again? Why did that kid need to be kidnapped?
Exactly. Who did it? It sounded like it was Isol's voice too for a second there.
So no. Why would he do that?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm hoping Isol's good.
Me too.
I'm hoping he's multiple people. That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be kind of sick, actually. It was like a what if it was like a mantle? Because he never takes his helmet off, so it's like a mantle. Maybe that's why they do like the audition shit.
That would make sense, because why else would they do that?
Yeah,
that's a good point.
It's weird, yeah. To like, why would you audition to be?
And that's why they didn't pick him, because they're like, who cares if he doesn't have like?
Yeah, because he didn't have any trust value, so he didn't have any power, so he couldn't do it.
Yeah,
that makes sense. On a quick side note, just to add to the more bullshit of this world, one follower gives you insane superpowers.
I'm hoping, and I will be for this hardcore, is that it matters how much will it was.
Not all likes are the same.
I think so, because like I was like, I hope this one, because it's real.
Yeah.
Like this kid's like, this is like, right now there is no better hero in the world than main boy to this little kid.
Batman.
So I was hoping he got like the best power, and he did. And in reality, he's probably actually, if you look at his power, probably kind of low-key sucked. He was fighting just normal people.
Yeah, it's true. He was having a rough time
the one
there.
guy, like, he burned his neck a little.
Yeah. You pretty much just tased the guys.
Yeah,
at the end
so
of the
it's
day.
like, it's not really like, it's just, I think he just got like slightly stronger probably, but like he probably knows how to fight. Maybe he looks like he lives in Batman's like old. He looks like he lives in a Spider-Man house with Batman story.
Yeah, true. Like, building his own tech and all that crap. It was just, and also like to add, just to go back to like how great the story was. That like, it was just a cool, awesome story. Like he wasn't doing anything grand, anything amazing, anything like incredibly out of the ordinary. He was just trying to get better at, in essence, his passion. For most part, and it was like, this is just a cool. Like, look at it. This is a cool way to show self-improvement and progression and gaining confidence, and just like stick to it, keep grinding and all that stuff. Stick to your dream, don't let your dreams be memes, sort of thing. And it was like that. It's good story writing there. So credit to China and whatever poor writer they have doing this.
Yeah, so he was probably locked in a room by the Chinese government. But I will say, this show nailed the ending so well. Like when he was getting beat up, and Isol is saying his speech, which I didn't really, I didn't really listen to, but it did add to like the drama to it. I felt like I was in the show. Yeah. And I was like, get up.
You felt like the kid. You're just like, I believe you.
Come on. And I the second they showed like he had a 0, I was like, before even the kid like the kid was already there, but like I was like, if this 0, there's a scene where the 0 just turns into a 1. I was like, I'm gonna give, and it did, and it was epic and awesome. And also, I love like his backstory was so sad. Bullied the entire time.
Yep.
Living in an orphanage.
Yeah. Parents killed violently in front of him
for no reason.
Just Batman style. And I'm just like, what is going on?
That's the main reason I'm like, Isol can't be bad.
Yeah.
Because his whole speech was like about how like the reason he doesn't take off the mantle is because like he doesn't take it off because he cares and like doesn't want anyone else to lose a life and anything like that, or put anyone else at risk. And like it really comes down to just like your spirit and like true hero shit. Truest hero shit where it's like being famous isn't what matters. Like it matters like you saving everyone and stuff like that. Which this kid embodied like an absolute G, because he got on a bicycle.
And kept up with him. Shitty car.
I thought that too. I'm gonna let that slide because it already showed that car was shitty.
The car was bad, very bad car. And then got his friggin' skull beaten by these assholes.
These guys were the worst.
They were horrible. They were really, really bad guys. You go from bad delivery boy to kidnapping kids. Like what? Yeah.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Where's the bridge there, you morons?
Why was this kid kidnapped?
I don't know. That's a really good question, because she doesn't seem important in any way.
I mean, she's incredibly important.
To our boy.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
who just became like, honestly, Ling Lin, now the commoner. Honestly, I was always like, this character's fantastic.
Yeah.
This character's even more fantastic.
They're all done really well.
I know,
like,
that's
they're
so
all
true.
done
They
really well.
character developed the crap out of us.
Like,
There's so many characters left.
And we were talking back even earlier with the whole Nemesis episode, where it's like that was just done. That was just written really, really well.
Yeah, it was.
It's like they're killing it.
In it.
I know, and they're just killing it with the story overall.
The changing animation is great too.
That is really good. Yeah, when he like started changing, it was like, oh, let's go.
It's that what I don't know the name of that song, but it's like. It's like that's like when he's like finally fighting back. I was like, let's go,
you got this. How like surprised were you too when when the kid, where he's at his lowest there, and he's like, "You promised that you take me to blah 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 and all that stuff, blah blah blah." And he's like, "All right, I'll go with you and all that stuff." How like shocked were you when they like beat him over the head and took the kid?
Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Well, I will say, I was like, okay, either I did when they were like, you have to transport a human. I was like, it's either gonna be him, the kid, or the girl. I thought that immediately.
I didn't think that at all.
I thought that immediately.
Yeah.
I was like, because like it has to be involved in whatever story.
Oh yeah, that one hurt my head. Yeah.
But it did happen real quick. I was like, whoa.
Assholes.
I was like, yeah. It was even worse that it was a kid. I was like, what the fuck?
Why?
But why?
Why?
So I'm interested to see. This show rocks.
This show is so good. Do My Hero X is, man, it better be up for like some good anime awards this year.
And no one's watching it.
I know, it's so weird.
It's on Crunchyroll. You can watch it.
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll. You can watch it. I really haven't. Yeah, my algorithm is fantastic. Usually it shows me a lot of the anime that we're watching, like in it, like related content to it, and it just doesn't show me anything from this, so that makes me wonder.
Yeah, and honestly, now that I think about it, you point that out. I don't really see a lot of stuff. I see some My Hero Vigilante stuff.
Yeah.
I see like Zero Fire Force stuff. No surprise.
No shocker.
And I see.
I've seen one thing on Lazarus.
Maybe they know I don't want to see anything about that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just I see so much.
Yaiba. The only thing I've seen from Yaiba is the comparison to the old.
I see. Maybe it's just they're like, you like One Piece, so we're gonna show you One Piece stuff, and I'm not complaining.
So. I'm not complaining. I love that, but yeah.
But let's move on from this episode because we've already taken so much time on this.
Yeah, it was worth it. It's the episode of the week, man.
Let's move on to Fire Force season
3
episode. I'm gonna start quizzing you.
It's episode 4, right?
5. Nice try, idiot.
I'm gonna play this game. I'm gonna play this game. Mr. Can't pronounce a single fucking name in anime.
Hey,
you gonna play that game?
Arthur. So.
Oh.
So I think I nailed it.
You're lucky he's the only one that did anything this episode.
Yeah,
I guess Captain Obi did too, but.
Yeah, Captain Obi. If you go back and listen to us reviewing this last week, we did literally straight up call
100% called it.
Like the bug's not going to get to him because he's just going to flex on his muscles.
Yes, and that was probably the best part of this episode.
It was by far the best episode. Did not enjoy how long it took them cheering him on about it. They could have cut that shorter. It was funny at first. I was like, ha ha, and then I was like,
yep. You know what's really annoying me about this show right now is that like
that's not good.
This dragon fight with Arthur wasn't that bad, but it should have happened. I know, but it should have happened episode 2.
Yes,
like this whole sequence should have like I would have really enjoyed this sequence. Like it wasn't like it was the dragon wasn't moving too much, it wasn't doing anything crazy and all that crap. But I really would have really enjoyed this whole sequence had it been 3 episodes prior, or even episode 3, but the start of it. Like it's one of those ones where it's like, okay, you set me all the way up for this just for Arthur to get a cape and a nicer sword and get his like shit rocked. Which is it's a lot of anime is gonna get better and all this stuff, but like
I saw like a manga like animated into it, and like if what happens in the manga, this is a spoiler, I don't really care. Spoiler alert, yeah, that's on you. You set that up for yourself.
That's fine, yeah.
You're gonna have to animate that. You're gonna put that in the video.
I literally just go, I write spoiler in text and then I make it big.
Oh, nice.
And I put it
you've been doing that?
Yeah, when I catch it, yeah.
So a lot of times if I watch the episode, I just put it on like 2 times speed, and I was like,
oh yeah. I'll put spoiler over the screen while we're talking about it. Yeah.
But now you gotta make it flashy.
I don't know how to do that.
You did that. You went.
I think I know how to do that, but like it's gonna be not look good. It's not gonna look great.
You went like this. Now you gotta make it match with the hit. No, just kidding.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
But
it'll take me 20 minutes alone to figure out how to do that.
Is apparently they fight in space.
What?
Yeah.
Like, it has wings, I guess.
Yeah, I guess like Arthur like goes ham, and like the dragon. My problem with the fight is objectively cool animator wise.
Yes.
Not a fan of the dragon's ability. I think it's I hate. The one thing is like I don't like I like his like skinny cool form. But here's the thing is like this is speaking like we were talking to Be Hero X, how well it's written. This character is so irrelevant.
Yeah.
And they're like, but his name's Dragon. So isn't it the one thing? It's like the author had Arthur always talk about how he wanted to fight a dragon.
Yes.
And didn't want to actually write a good storyline into it. And he's like, oh, look, this insanely strong member of the White Clad, who for some reason we've never seen before.
So never
once.
Never ever.
They never sent him
to
do anything.
Anything else. Same with Gold. Same with the rest of them. Like,
yeah, Gold is one of those like clearly is actually weak
yeah, true. But like this dragon guy is not
at all.
He just opens his mouth and everyone gets knocked down.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's very cool. Like once again, that's cool. The dragon aspect is cool. Like, I mean,
one of
the dragon form is not great, but the dragon aspect he was doing was cool. I liked it. I liked how delusional he was, just like Arthur. Like, that's funny. That's a cool dynamic and all that stuff. But you're totally right. It feels like it's shoehorned in for no damn reason.
It's very shoehorned in.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. They're just like, look, dragon.
Arthur. The fact, like, what was killing me is that multiple characters, I think all of them actually, were like, this is the perfect matchup for Arthur.
I know.
They said it over and over. It's like, guys, I watched the show.
Yeah.
I understand how Arthur's power works. I understand he has law of bullshit going on. And that's fine. That's cool. Just stop pointing it out.
It's great. It would have been better if all he had to do was introduce this character way early on and he beat Arthur.
That'd be fun, yeah. That'd be really good.
That's all, and like
he should have been the guy that showed up like to grab Vulcan, and they should have he should have been weaker then and still beat Arthur, but then should have gotten stronger to this point now.
Or yeah, exactly.
Remember when, that's when Arthur had his power up for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's when they should have done the first clash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, instead of just he's just here now, and it's just to give Arthur that look, he's fighting a dragon because it's ending.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we gotta get that done. We gotta get that over with.
It's just I don't know,
dude. Just make another season. You can do that. It's fine.
I just feel like there's no weight behind this fight at all.
There's no weight behind this current arc right now.
Yeah, even next episode will be very entertaining. It's definitely Shinra and Captain Burns. Shinra. That's his name. Shinra, sorry. Shinra's
Shenron is the dragon from
Shinra there. That fight will probably be objectively fun to watch.
It looks cool. Burns' Nova crap looks animated well.
But it's just I was comparing to this. It's if you watched old school One Piece, there's times where Luffy would be, they don't really do this anymore, thank God. But Luffy would be fighting Katakuri or something, and all the other Straw Hats would be in fights, and they have to finish all the other Straw Hats fights before they get to the Luffy fight. But they cut back to Luffy every once in a while and show him fighting,
doing stuff,
fighting. And this apparently Joker and She-Ra and Captain Burns have just been staring at each other menacingly.
Yeah, pretty much the entire time. It's
just standing there. Menacingly!
It's like they were waiting.
He's just standing there.
It's like they were waiting patiently. It's like they were waiting patiently for the other fights to hit a lull. That's what they were doing. And it's
that's literally what they were doing.
Yeah, and it's what?
It makes no sense that Shinra, who can move as fast as literally time itself.
I know. Well, it's only with an adult burst.
He can move almost as fast as time itself. Yes. Literally hasn't tried to help Obi at all.
No. Exactly. And what I'm irritated about this too is that every time it's cut to them, it's been the same attack I know. Over and over again. Shinra jumps forward really fast, Burns blocks it, and Shinra jumps back. That's all he does. This is the first time Joker did anything since episode 2.
I know. And he just threw 4 cards that did nothing.
Joker's powers were stupid as shit.
Yeah. And also another thing, and we talked about this, and we were hoping that maybe the bug thing did something to Obi or something to make this make more sense. It's Obi, why did you just break out? He didn't even break out at an optimal time.
No.
I can understand if he was waiting to break out at an optimal time, but he could have just kept flexing without breaking out.
No, yeah, definitely. He could have just broken out and slapped the bugs out of the guy's hand.
Yes, he could have literally beat the crap out of that guy.
Yes, he definitely could have, and then gone and helped them.
A lot of this is literally just I don't know. It's not put together well.
It feels
and I don't care.
It feels like filler. That's what it feels like.
It does, even though it's not. It's super important.
Yeah, it feels like filler.
This Arthur, and I know the Arthur. If based off what I saw of someone trying to animate the manga, it's a much bigger fight, and objectively does look cool. But I don't care.
I know.
That's the thing is I just don't care.
I don't care about this random set. It's not even members of the White Clad that we've been introduced to know about. Why can't he just fight the zombie girl? Just you have to cut through all those things. She's a monster and
she could have made a dragon out of bodies.
She could have made a dragon out of bodies. That would make total sense. Yeah. Oh my! You should have wrote this fucking anime. That makes total fucking sense.
And it's also it's super annoying. I don't know if you're getting annoyed by this either. This is very annoying me. I'm I get Arthur's in this pretty dramatic battle with dragon. Shinra and Joker are taking up Captain Burns. Rest of 8, what are you guys doing?
Nothing.
I mean, literally, Maki, you can literally send things flying in the air. How have you not hit the man holding all the bugs? He clearly isn't strong. He just got scared of Obi flexing.
Oh, it's so fucking annoying.
It's like,
that's so.
Also, whatever, the vice captain, you have bullets. Shoot that guy.
We've seen you with sniper rifles before. Why didn't you bring any of them to this encounter? This was like one of the biggest things you ever had to do in your life.
That's the thing, it all seems like really stupid.
It feels really dumb. And the irritating part is that, like, because we were talking about it in the last couple episodes, like, the whole point of them fighting gold was to show that the other members of Company 8 can do things without their heavy hitters. And then Arthur, their heavy hitter, shows up, and they get absolutely knocked to the ground. And they weren't even the main target of that attack.
No.
They were just there.
The only thing...
and it's like, you guys are making Company 8 look weak as fuck.
That's which actually we talked about before. It's like, they are so strong.
They are so strong individually, and I don't know why they're
Also, this whole thing with Hibana, which I have no problem, keep showing her all day, but... Hibana, that's her name. The 4th captain. The hot one.
Oh, yeah. The doppelganger thing.
She's super hot.
The doppelganger, I'm not going to lie, the doppelganger thing...
I don't care.
They technically introduced that back when we first met... maybe they didn't do it then. The doppelganger thing feels like fucking shoved in.
That's from last season.
Yeah, exactly. It just feels
and
like...
the last season. Well, it could be part of... It's one of those things. I would be fine with it if it was part of the story in a good way, but I have a feeling just the way this whole thing is falling up, like, all the pieces landing, I'm just like, this just seems stupid.
Yeah, here's the thing too, is that, like, they keep talking about, like, everyone's goal is to figure out about human combustion and all that stuff. And I don't know about you, but I feel like we know less about human combustion than we did at the beginning of this fucking show. Like, it just feels like it's gone every which way, but, like, I feel like I don't need a full answer by the start of season 3, but I need to have, like, at least theories of what it is. And the bugs don't make any sense. The evangelist doesn't make any sense. That weird time-space divide portal that the evangelist came from doesn't make any fucking sense, because you won't explain any of that to me. And they're waiting. I think they're just waiting for a lore dump somewhere. And I'm just gonna be like,
they're gonna attack and Titan.
yeah, I'm just like, guys, like, you keep, and like, add this doppelganger thing in there. Like, maybe they're trying to take over the places of the people here, and it's like, why? That you don't need this. You just need to explain to me what Adola is and why it's setting people on fire, and why there's, like, and they've already, like, established, like, there's a difference between infernals that are made with the bugs and infernals that are just made. So it's like, how about you delve into that a little bit more? Explain to me the, like, naturally occurring.
We got this new dragon character.
That's just, like, it's so boring. Like, I don't know.
So boring. It's super boring.
It's super boring.
I literally, this is one of those things, like, if this came out in, like, 2000, it wouldn't have been bad.
No.
Actually, it might have been. It's 3 seasons. If this was, like, one of those, like, if this was, like, a 1-season show...
I'm trying to remember back that far where we were with the anime. Like,
but, like, the problem is, like, it's, like, just, like, it's not... The thing is, we're not even getting flashy fights anymore.
I know, yeah. This Arthur fight was fine.
It was fine.
Like, at best. Like, it literally felt like... Yeah, it felt like a nothing fight. Like, it was cool seeing him, like, do his sword work on the guy's chest and have it do nothing. But, like, and Arthur then getting knocked in the wall and do that thing. That was cool, too. But, like... I don't know. Arthur's sword just kept getting amped up. I was, like, unimpressed by it.
I also hate how his sword looks.
I think they're going for. I've seen a panel. I think probably the one you've seen where his sword looks amazing. So they're going for that. But they're slowly walking you towards that.
But we should probably move on.
Also, the cowling thing or the cape thing, was that from last season or was that brand new?
I think that's brand new.
Okay, that's whatever.
I know.
That was whatever when it happened.
Like, once again, it's like they're like rushing and slowing down everything at the same time.
It doesn't look good.
No.
Like, that's what, like, this. It'd be cool if Arthur just, like, blew off all of his Fire Force gear and made plasma armor. That'd be sick.
Some words of radiant. I mean, there's some Cosmere level shit.
Yeah, that would be sick. But his cape doesn't look good with his stuff now.
It's just one of those things where it's like
too much fabric.
It's too much going on. Yeah. I just feel like it's one of those things where this fight is supposed to mean a lot, and it means nothing to me.
It means absolutely nothing to me. Yeah, at all.
But let's move on because we're
Fire Force do better.
Yes. All right. On to the anime that we are going to be ditching.
Oh man, we're going from.
I know.
Well,
it's good. No, it's
keeping the level low.
No,
guys.
It's like they teach you at you're supposed to do a compliment sandwich. You're supposed to say something good,
something
bad, and then end with something good.
Okay.
So
fair enough.
Lazarus episode.
Right, hang on. This episode like 5, isn't it?
6.
6. Oh, jeez.
This show
sucks. This show is so fucking bad.
Yeah, it's really bad.
This is like one of those ones that like late night tsunami you're watching, you're like, I'm gonna go to bed now.
Yeah, it's really one of those that I was sitting there watching it and I was like, so the guy who was involved with Cowboy Bebop is involved with this.
It's like the main creator, right?
Yeah, it's making me really want to go, man, do I need to go back and rewatch Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah.
Because this is really bad. But what I'm thinking is, I bet the idea of the show was his.
Yeah.
And the main character idea was his. Even though I hate Axel, he's a terrible character. Because he's just... Well, anyways, there's a lot of things. Okay, let's start out. Let's just dive into it. Okay, number one, first thing that I hated right off the rip was they're like... None of this makes any sense. They're like, oh wait, we noticed that they're putting a lot of music on SoundCloud. They're like, what's that? And I was like, and then they play the song, and then the one guy's like, the black guy's literally like, hold up,
wait a minute,
make that song an image. I'm like, why? Yeah, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Something right there.
And then they pull up the image of all these words that clearly are legible to anybody who can read, and the woman's like, hold up. This is how to make no. I was like, how did we get to this point?
I don't know.
But what did we get to this point?
It's so fucking stupid.
No one else has figured this out?
No one at all. No one else even looked at it like remotely. Then the whole I want to skip to the next thing, but I gotta talk about this. When they're breaking in when they made their stupid plan and broke into the pharmaceutical company headquarters, which is both the headquarters and the guy's apartment for some reason.
That's a good point.
It's really fucking weird to think about that. The fight sequence that Axel had is woke as balls because the
multiple reasons. Multiple.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
First is the reason. For some reason, there's that really weird sexual scene when he first gets in the elevator where the black guy's like looks like he's about to like make out
what
with
the
him.
fuck was that? That was weird as shit.
Gay!
Why do black people gay so bad? It's so
don't know.
weird. It's like a thing they do.
Yeah, they
it's
like
really,
to feminize
like
them.
it's really
but also
weird.
like I don't know what the point of that was because like they fight.
Yeah.
And also I'm assuming I'll let you go on a rant about it in a second. I'm assuming because that the only person who put up a good fight against him was the lady.
Oh, I was so angry about that. And it wasn't even a boss lady fight. They were just like tug of warring it back and forth. And I was like, this is horrible. This is a horrible choreography. This is a horrible animation. This looks bad. This looks bad for women. This is just not good at all. And they're just like, I'm just like, what is this? He beats her by like choking her out with her own tie. Like,
yeah, but I did notice she was the only one that put up a fight.
Only one. All that, like during that time period, this was like a 20-second time period where like him and her were just going back and forth. That blah blah blah. What were the rest of the guys doing there?
Yeah, okay, and that's one of those things. If you're listening right now and you're like, or watching, and you're like,
YouTube's better.
Well,
quality.
maybe she's like highly trained. It's like, wouldn't she be just as trained as the rest of them?
Why is that? Yeah.
Except for that one guy who was fat, which I don't know. We're gonna keep talking about the fight more in a second. But what really annoyed me about this fight was beyond the girl boss somehow thing and the really weird sexual scene that was very odd.
That's so weird.
Was blonde hair kid is like, oh, of course their defense system is amazing and because they have so much money.
Rich people, meh.
Yeah, but evidently they have 4 security guards. That's it.
Yeah.
And if you just beat them up,
you're good to go.
Yep. There's no
go right to the penthouse. No other security measures whatsoever.
No.
Even though he threatened the guy, he tricked the guy and threatened him into turning off all of the security measures that are worth nothing if you got in there.
Yes.
Don't ask questions.
Yeah.
None of this makes sense.
An advanced security system where he goes, disable, blah, blah, blah. I was like...
There was not even a passcode. It was just him talking.
He took the elevator.
There wasn't even a passcode.
Also, why did the 4 guards let him get in the elevator?
That is an excellent question. Why not just tackle him in the lobby?
Yeah. Why don't you guys have tasers?
Yeah.
And also, like, why wouldn't you... Are you the only guards there? You're not going to radio to a single other person?
Not a single one. Like, they were awake when he closed the elevator doors, and they didn't come back up. ever
Nope.
once at all.
Nope.
At all in that time period.
Also, and then
Also, did he? Sorry, real quick. Just to back up. Did he like swipe that phone from someone and I missed it? That got him into the hole.
I don't know. I was like
Fair enough.
eating food,
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
and I was just like,
I wish HBO had like a ×2 speed because I would have played this episode at that.
oh no,
I've done that with some of our Netflix
The only reason I'm
ones.
glad that like we actually decided to end on this one is because this episode was so bad on all levels. Then what I love is, the guy's like, we did our test, and one of the monkeys that we've kept caged up in these weird tubes for 3 years died recently, so it's gonna happen to you humans.
And why did they die faster than the regular people?
They're monkeys.
I understand. Yeah, they're monkeys. Oh. I'm starting to realize now that Hopna makes even in like bullshit anime terms, makes no fucking sense.
Doesn't work on Axel.
It doesn't work on
But he's only taking one pill, and that's all it takes.
That's not how drugs work.
But yeah, I know. Literally, there's like antibiotics and like the Eliquis I take. It's like you have to take it for a certain amount of time for it to get into your system. Like you can't just take one and you're like,
yeah, good to go.
But anyways, and he pulls up them on the computer on the TV screen for some reason, who knows why. And then I just love this. I was like, none of this. They're all jumping all over this place, and then he's just like, "Don't you think we've been looking for Skinner and putting all our money into a cure?" Which I was like, okay, that makes sense. Blah blah.
Yeah,
and
sure.
they're like, and Axel's like, why don't we make Skinner come to us? And I was like, really?
This is
First of all, this is the first time you come up with this plan?
Yeah, first time. You didn't think about this ever any other point in time.
Yep.
5 episodes in.
And like the plucky ragtag crew that we grew to love now is clearly involved with multiple levels of gigantic privatized companies that have all the money in the world, and government and the police are working with them, and security guards and everything like that. So
that's what I'm really confused about too, and which is bad writing, is that like I never, and we talked about this I think on earlier episodes. I might have defended it actually. It's like, I don't know what defend it, but like I don't know where this, like I didn't know where this group stood. Like what, like are they government? Are they not government? What are they exactly? And this episode didn't help that at all, because I'm like all the way back in episode 2 when they're facing down with like friggin' different government police agencies and stuff, and none of them care about them. Like, okay, so maybe they're governmental, but then they're just, I don't know.
they can't be okay. So the reason
It doesn't make any sense.
it's gonna be dumb if they're governmental, because it's like,
Why do they have a secret hideout?
why do they have a secret hideout? Why wouldn't you just get him out of prison?
Yeah, why don't you just pull him?
They're like, oh, they offered it to him, and it's like, no, you literally just like go, we're the government, you're getting out of prison.
Yeah, you're helping us.
You're now working for us.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Like they literally just did anyways. So we had a waste sequence of like him getting captured.
Yeah.
What I do love also is they set up this whole plan to get Dr. Skinner, by the way, who wasn't even relevant in this episode. And then they're like, all these staffers, security guards, but evidently they're nowhere, because when crap's in the fan, it's just our crew
doing everything.
Yeah.
Even checking on the guy in the bathroom who was already said, they already said, keep an eye on him.
I know.
Which means some of those, there's 50 guards there.
Yeah, I
At least
know.
one couldn't accompany
who are
him.
clearly nowhere.
Clearly nowhere. They were too busy. What are the bullshit scenes they showed us? They were holding back the crowds trying to get out when everything went down. It's like, you guys are useless. Every single one of you. This whole crew is stupid as shit. Like I didn't even like. I don't know. I think I was so jaded with the show. I didn't even like the futuristic hacking scene the girl was doing. And I talk about how much I like those.
Oh
and
no,
I was like, watching
her hand
this,
motions were bad.
They were really bad. And then now we're getting to the point where we are at the spot where people make fun, like, you know, all those memes of people making fun of hacking in movies. This is those memes. Like before, it could have been like, yeah, cool with the other stuff, and we could see the keyboard. We can't even see the keyboard. She's just like typing in weird.
And she did a lot of like just this.
whoosh,
She did this like one time.
Yeah, she did do that one time. I was like,
she also I wish I was trying. I don't remember what the exact line was, but it was just like, it was like something like, as like they're off location or something, and literally the woman's like, in layman terms, and I'm like,
you did it again. You did it again.
No!
You already did
No!
this. Stop asking. Just ask
English,
like,
please?
English, please. Just like ask what does that mean, or like, oh, also they're off location. It's like,
no, it was something. It was not. That's not what it's supposed to go. But
Okay.
it was something anybody would understand.
except for this boss lady who's the dumbest person on the planet,
Lives in a
really.
super advanced technology society, but can't understand simple technology.
At all. This whole plan was a disaster.
It was so
It was
stupid.
such a disaster to like watch them come up with it.
Well, that's
watch
'cause
them do it.
Popcorn Fat.
It's a good name for her.
Is apparently the greatest hacker the world has ever seen, and I don't.
That was when I don't think I can describe the amount of disappointment or rage, one of the two. They warred against each other in me this time. When I saw what her character design was.
Right, when I saw her character, I was like, oh, great. Now we're watching Velma.
Yep, exactly. We were watching the HBO series Velma.
Yep.
This frumpy, bad-looking, annoying
Hardcore.
She wasn't. Who wrote this?
High schoolers.
Who wrote,
High schooler.
Oh.
DEI high schoolers.
I'm. You know what? No, actually, I don't think it was. I think it was middle schoolers.
Yeah, I know.
This was so bad.
Yeah.
She rode around like an ice cream truck. Pretty much.
By
also-
the way, I love it. It's like my favorite thing. This is why I think it's so stupid. Is just like, it's just whoever's done this is like doesn't care anything about actual cool hacking stuff because they're like, we figured out our location. She's near an embassy. She's near a whatever Pakistani embassy thing.
They love the Middle East right now.
Of course, the black guy comes in. He's like, that makes total sense. She's near embassy because you can get all the highest grid gigabytes and stuff like that. And I was like, thanks for the explanation, dude. We didn't need that. But anyways, it's like, oh, actually, she's mobile. She went next to it to think she was there. It's like, so she could have been next to any building.
Any building. She could have been anywhere. Yes.
And also,
But-
if she's such a great hacker, wouldn't she have just had like something that where you couldn't find her?
Yeah, that would have made a lot of sense too. Also,
Losing the battle but
also,
winning the war.
How shitty are these Pakistani cops when they're driving by, and every car there looks normal except for the giant fucking pink
Yeah,
one.
that one
I would
kind of
have
stood out a little bit.
I would have maybe just like said like, hey, last car in line, maybe check that out because the rest of the cars are normal.
I really need to know who wrote this because
It was
like
so
it
bad.
might have to be middle schoolers. Like there's just lines in there like, in layman's terms, oh, losing the battle but winning the war, and then when the girl, whatever Popcorn Fat calls and she's like, that was hardcore. Johnny Rotten's my hero. I was like, the guy from the Clash.
I guess so.
What?
Yeah.
Like, what does this have to do with? That is literally some dumb high school or middle schooler thing. It's like, I really like this band, so I'm gonna say like,
Yeah, she's gonna say, but she just said random fucking words. She just said there was no lines in there. She would just like, cool, awesome. It was like, what is going on?
So me think, why waste time? Say lot word when few word do trick.
Who wrote this? And then like,
I'm not gonna lie.
What's
It's like I might actually watch next episode. I'm not gonna
Just
because I'm just like enjoying how bad this is.
it really is.
It's-
It's like watching The Room.
It really is.
Yeah.
Like it's so bad.
It's
like,
so horrible.
every plot point is just like because they need it to happen.
Yes. Also, these people, whoever's writing this, they just pretty much just eradicated. I know it's an anime. I know it's everything else and all that stuff. But you're just like, they made Pakistan not look like Pakistan. And I don't care what future you're in right now. If you're basing it off of our regular world, Pakistan ain't looking like that in another 50, 60, 100 years.
What did Pakistan look like?
Pakistan?
They weren't in Pakistan.
Yeah, they were Pakistani embassy.
That's where she was.
Yes, and it looked not like Pakistan.
I thought it looked shitty.
Oh, I thought it looked better than Pakistan.
Oh, I thought it looked shitty.
Oh, no, I
thought it looked like a third world country.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, maybe I want.
And also that pink truck wouldn't really exist there.
It's very true.
Yes.
I also wasn't paying attention to that hard.
That's fair, yeah.
But
I think my rage was just
I
like,
will say-
that's wrong.
yeah, I will say too is like another thing that cracked me up was they're like, how did she get in here? Blah, blah, blah. Excuse me, sorry. How'd she get in here? Blah 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 blah. And then like the staffer guy's like, he's like, no, these walkie-talkies are fine. They don't have an outside source. We just got them like the other day because all the company said all of them need to be recalled. Blah blah. I was like, they just write in things to happen. It's like that's the first you're hearing of this. That's the first you're putting this super secret intense event where everything
was locked down.
You said every staffer has been checked multiple times, background checked, all that kind of stuff. But like nobody was like, oh, we just had to change all our walkie-talkies.
That's it. Oh well, don't worry about it.
Don't check those.
Don't check those. They're fine. There's walkie-talkies. Who's gonna hack walkie-talkies?
Yeah,
it's so benign.
It's also like one of those things where I'm just like, wait, how does her having the walkie-talkies make it so everything's more hackable?
Because there must have been some chip in there. That was it. Because she made the walkie-talkies and I think it was supposed to be one of those things.
Israeli?
I get it. That's funny. Yeah. I think she made the walkie-talkies, then uploaded some hacker nonsense so that they made them think that they had to get new ones and all this crap. utter bullshit. Should have showed up.
Also,
Team should have caught it.
props on Hot Blonde Chick for pointing out is when she shows like the core system in the basic system. She's like, why do the fonts look like this?
Yeah, that's a good question.
No one answered.
No one answered. No one answered at all. But it's like, okay, we're doing this.
Also,
what was the other thing that
when it ended on this like our hacker girl gives a smile and like there's like this beautiful sunset and it looks like there's some kind of meaning behind this that we're supposed to feel about like something, and I'm like, you've explained nothing. Do we know, is there emotional something that's going on with our hacker girl, because she hasn't explained anything emotionally?
I don't know.
Like that she's a challenge or
Yeah.
something? I don't know.
Yeah.
And you wrote her off this fat loser chick into the sunset, and like
That's really what they did with
and,
her, yeah.
and music is playing, and like our hacker girl like smiles, and I'm like,
Are
What
we
the-
supposed to feel something right now? Like, I don't know.
you haven't explained anything.
This show makes no fucking sense, and I feel like I'm taking crazy pills when I'm watching it.
I meant to look up.
Also,
we have to.
also,
we have to look up if like it's getting good reviews. But
yeah, while you do that, also another point of this episode is that time made no fucking sense during the entire. This is real nitpicky because like it's anime, but time made no fucking sense during their whole plot because they were like calling and figuring out stuff like in seconds that should have taken them the entire length of the conference to figure out.
yeah.
Like it was nuts how fast they were getting shit done.
it's got great reviews.
What?
Yeah.
What? No. You guys are all wrong. You're brainwashed. This is wrong. You're wrong. This is the Attack on Titan all over again. You're wrong. We're right.
No, literally. First of all, if you go back and watch us review the first episode, and even the second episode, I think
Yeah, second episode we're fine with.
we're like we were very on the
Very
show.
positive,
We
yeah.
suggested the show to a friend,
Yes.
which I now feel really bad about.
Who'd you tell it? Who'd you tell it?
We said it to Sean
Oh, we did say it to Sean.
because he's such a Cowboy Bebop fan.
Oh shit, we did say it to Sean.
Maybe he hasn't watched it.
Let's,
yet, so we should-
let's retract that one.
Yeah.
Let's retract that one.
This
Because
is-
it was episode 3 when they decided to go like right off the cliff, right?
This has to be so far the worst anime we've watched in a long
I
time.
don't know, since Shield Hero.
Did we drop another? We dropped another anime this season, didn't we?
This season? I don't think so.
We had
did
one
we?
before this.
Did we drop this episode? I
Yeah,
can't
yeah. The beginning after the end. That's
Oh,
not, that's,
yeah, that
that's,
was- yeah.
that's
That wasn't story writing. That was animation crap.
yeah, and terrible.
Yeah, it was so bad.
But like this,
people are memeing all over that online.
this like any. I want someone to explain to me how literally these last 3 episodes make any sense.
Any sense. And my favorite part about this episode, once again, at the end, all of it meant nothing again. For the third or fourth episode in a row.
Third, yeah.
This looks strangely familiar.
Because we've been here before. We're going in circles.
No, episode 2 meant nothing because they didn't find Skinner, and they
No,
was like, it was
that's
random
true.
nonsense.
That's true.
And then the episode 3 was trash. And then episode 4 didn't do anything. And then episode 5, yeah, this was episode. The only one that did anything was the first episode, which was exposition.
Yeah, this is written. I just remember when you broke in, and I was like, "What?"
Like what?
Yeah, and also they had the scene of the guy breaking the thing to eject himself and be like, haha, like, and then they found out it doesn't mean anything.
What was this one?
The guy steals the cure
Oh yeah, that nonsense.
just
Just doing. Also, they talked about like, oh, that was Skinner's like student right there. Maybe keep an eye on him. It's like, yeah, go interview him right now. Like,
Also, I love that's the other thing too. Is like, did you see that? Like, this one thing I loved is like, they sent out this thing that they have the cure to all these invited scientists, and like, that somehow didn't break it into the news. And if it did,
why were there riots there? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point. Yeah, why were there riots at this place?
and now, which this is never going to be brought up, by the way.
oh yeah.
Now you have to explain because the news would definitely got a hold
is
of
a
this.
huge thing. Holy crap.
The news would definitely got a hold of this. You're gonna have to explain how like not more aggressive riots go down when you find out you just lied about having a cure.
Yeah, because now they're getting people who are like not informed thinking that there's a cure. Man,
That won't be explained. I might have to watch next episode. We might have to continue this actually.
We'll see next episode. I will watch.
We'll call it our hate watch section.
I'll watch next week's, and if it's just like, I don't know. If it's I say we dump this in the garbage.
If it's equally as bad as this episode, I'm down for a hate watch
I
section.
will hate watch it. Yes,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Because like this episode was so bad. I was like,
This is the worst episode by far that they've had because it didn't make any sense at all.
bad.
Like I know I complained a lot about episode 3 for a lot of woke reasons and nonsense, but this was just
No, this was just
poorly.
poorly
This was written horribly.
What was that weird sexual scene where you like that?
I don't know anymore. I don't know what's going on with this show at all.
Also, why did it have the CEO be like, I couldn't sleep, but now I can because they reminded me to like I have to do something, and I'm like, what is this?
I don't know.
It's literally written by a bunch of middle schoolers. Like, this is a good line.
This
also,
is good.
Axel just constantly stretching and just like, I'm ready. I'm like, to do what?
To do what? What are you gonna do? Dodge a bunch of robots?
Also, I love that they're
make a poor guy feel scared in the bathroom.
yeah, and also, why would Skinner show up to this?
I don't know. To upset the cure thing.
They're like, it's like this genius scientist who convinced the entire pharmaceutical industry, had this 3-year plan set up and all this kind of stuff. He wouldn't fall for this.
Yeah, and also like evil, like Skinner already in his opening there was pretty much like, I feel like in his opening he was like, well, if humanity figures this out, they figure it out. Good for them.
That's true.
Sort of
That is a part of it.
So why would he show up and do this? Like, he's not trying. Like, yes, he's trying to kill all of humanity. He's a fuck because whatever person is doing this, whether it's Skinner or not, is a fucking maniac and all that stuff.
It's gonna be as good at the end, trust me.
Okay, yeah. So he's a maniac and all this shit, but like,
or like that it like actually wasn't gonna kill anybody.
Killing the monkeys, so that makes me think that it killed.
Yeah, but maybe it would just kill monkeys.
Maybe.
And it actually wasn't going to kill anybody. It was just a test for everybody.
Also, once again, they never talked about that random pill they found in the couch cushions either.
Oh my god, I forgot all about that.
The show is really bad.
It's so bad.
It's a very low show.
The fact that it has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes critics, 78% audience.
Guys,
but remember we agreed. We think
watch One Piece.
We think the audience score is being jacked up on.
It could be, yeah.
Because I think Rotten Tomatoes caught on that like no one gave a fuck about critic scores.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, because
yeah, this show's really bad, but we have to move on because we still have 3 animated review.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. The other 2 will be pretty fast.
Then we got Yaiba episode.
It's gonna be episode. And there's the second one. And then
5. I mean, you're talking too long.
This episode thing is new.
Yeah, it's pretty funny though.
Oh my god.
Doing it for the meme. Yeah, this show rocks.
Yaiba is so good.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah, it really is fun. This episode was just like this Team Rocket of demons was fantastic. Or ogres, or whatever they call them,
the starfish, mantis, and a sea cucumber. That's hilarious. Hilarious.
How we're gonna jump all over this episode because I love it. But how funny
as we do with every.
How funny was it when the sea cucumber had its like little section there, and it was like you're walking through, and it's like they're supposed to slip and scare us. I think I stepped on one earlier. How fast were you like that was a sea cucumber? That was a sea cucumber.
I love the scene too where the mantis and sea cucumber come back, and they're like, "We're here!" and it's like, boop, ding, 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 boop. I gotta look up. I feel like that was the voice actor of Chopper being the sea cucumber.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That makes sense.
It sounds super similar to me, but that crew, they are the team. I didn't even think they were like Team Rocket. Like the starfish.
The starfish was great.
Yes.
Out of the 3 of them, I don't even know which one I liked the most because Starfish was fantastic, but man, that sea cucumber cracked me up so hard. Sea cucumber was fantastic. Yeah. The mantis was good too. It's like when Bullfrog guy was explaining that the mantis was like a master of disguise. All the mantis did was throw a sheet over itself.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was like he's a master of disguise. I actually thought he was gonna be a master of disguise, and then they showed it, and I was like, okay, real quick, just get out of the way. The scene of Sayaka with the bubbles on, not needed.
Not needed at all. Especially because that's a child, sir.
Especially because she's drawn like a child.
Yes.
Anyways, thank God it was really quick and short. But I'm loving her Nami to Yaiba's Luffy, where she's just like, what the hell is going on?
Why are you doing this? And how dare you be?
She's like Little Red Riding Hood.
That was funny. That was funny. But then was mad at Yaiba for I don't know how. She walked up and like it still had the mantis claws out, and she was like, "Why did you hit this old lady?" It's like, are you stupid? Like
they were dumb. Yes.
I will say bad. Okay. Yes. The whole soap scene terrible. All the comedy that happened in there fantastic.
Freaking old man there.
That guy's a pedophile. But
no, he said he was specific. He actually did clarify he was looking for voluptuous women.
Oh, not.
He said voluptuous women. Oh, he was not looking for her. He even because at first I was like, what? Yeah. And then he was like, this kind of hot spring brings in really voluptuous women.
That's fair. Yeah. But I did love his whole little bit there. It's like Yaiba, be my distraction.
Yeah. I also love like how he constantly had like a marking on his face.
Yeah, from her hitting him.
Because for her hitting him, and then when Yaiba and when all the 3 ogres got blown past them.
Oh, the old man. Yeah. That was
also
great.
Love the spider one or whatever. It was just like, this is all part of my plan. Actually,
I got. Don't worry about it, boss. I got this one.
He's like
Also, Yaiba just swimming on the. I don't know why I love it so much, but Yaiba swimming on the hose water. I was like, this would be something Yaiba would do. This is fantastic.
Yes, it's absolutely. I also like. It was funny when they first like when Onimaru was like, my ogres, me. And they showed them like all their hoods on. I was like, these things are gonna be serious. Lo and behold,
they're the most goony ones.
Not only that their names are just what they are. Yeah, I like Mr. Starfish is like, I have a wife.
I have a wife. We don't know how long the sword's been sealed up. We don't know how long he's been not there, but I have a wife.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. He's like, I have to go back. And of course, I love that they're collecting Pokemon at this point.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
The Yaiba and them are like, we're just better than you.
Yeah.
But if you mess with us again, we'll eat you.
Yeah. And don't you forget.
I love that. That's the Yaiba's sign always. It's like, we'll eat you.
You guys are food. It's like, well, it's Luffy to Chopper. It's like extra food.
Huh? Well, actually, we found out that recently.
I know.
Well, I was like, forgot about it. When was that? That was in the manga, wasn't it?
I thought was it in the manga or was it a thing that Oda just said?
No, it was in the manga. It was in Elbath, so I'm not going to say anything.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't Elbath. I remember specifically as an Elbath. Luffy points out that like you can't eat Chopper.
Okay.
It was with the animals that with Loki.
Oh yeah. Big spoilers, but yeah. Yes.
But I was gonna say is I first of all love this crew. This crew's fantastic. What is he? A turtle? No, he's a gecko.
Who are we talking about? The frog?
The frog. He's a frog.
He's a frog. Yeah, he's a frog. Yeah.
I love that guy.
He's great. He's awesome. Him and the old man scene together, where it's fantastic. Where they're just getting progressively more drunk.
Mr. Sea Cucumber, Mr. Mantis, Mr. Starfish, Mr. Sea Cucumber's hilarious. Like that's what your name.
That's what you got. That's what you're going with. The slug at the beginning of the episode.
Oh my god, that was hilarious. That was so funny.
They instantly find bags of salt, and it's like, well, this was fun. Onimaru was watching.
Oh my god, Onimaru, poor Onimaru.
Yeah, piece of shit, but man, he.
What's cool too is not only are these ogres like really dumb, and this whole episode was hilarious and a lot of fun. Is the Bat one looks cool?
Yeah, he's gonna be dumb too. He has sunglasses.
No, he's gonna be like a goofy and stuff like that.
Okay.
But he's gonna actually put up a fight.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
which I think is like kind of cool.
I can definitely see it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Because like I was like, oh, wow, there's like, so there's 8 ogres.
Mm-hmm.
We got snake, frog, sea cucumber, starfish, mantis, spider, bat guy. That means there's one more after this. Slug. So we've seen them all.
This is number 8. Yeah, he said this was the strongest one.
And I'm glad that like one of them actually can do something.
That'd be that'd be really cool to see that happen. Yeah, maybe Yaiba actually.
Next episode's animation looks insane. I don't think he's gonna use the lightning sword for a while.
Yeah, maybe.
Raijinkin.
Sayaka won't give him the little bobble.
Yeah. Thank God she's there though.
I know. She's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, he'd be like in prison already.
Yeah, he would have destroyed a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. When he lifted the stone, I knew this was gonna happen too. When he started lifting, it's like, Mr. Starfish, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Because when he lifted the stone and just hit them, it was like, yeah, of course that wouldn't work on Yaiba. He's super strong. I did not expect the hot spring though.
I did not expect that either.
I loved that. That was great. And
dude,
all of our powers together. Oh fuck.
I love when the starfish runs at him and hits him with the stone. The starfish goes like that's like even though not in the manga, but like it's like S Shark throwing Sanji.
Yeah.
Like it was like I was just like, I miss these like sometimes you miss old anime.
Yeah.
I miss these villains where you're like, I don't hate you.
Yeah, I agree. They're like the oh crap, what were they?
The Jiggly Butt Gang.
That's what I was thinking about. Yeah, that was them. Yeah. They were great. What were they in?
Fairy Tail.
Yeah.
Filler in Fairy Tail. So if you read the manga, but
yeah. They were a main thing in I think Fairy Tail made another thing because they had a crossover episode once in Rave Master, and they were big in Rave Master. I remember watching that as a kid. Yeah.
The Jiggly Butt Gang.
Jiggly Butt Gang. They were great, and these are great too. These, like I said, they're Team Rocket right at the beginning.
Yeah,
it's like it's what they are. Yeah,
and I love that they're just on the team now and everything. It's gonna be so good. And this is actually a really great episode to have because like there's been really cool action and stuff like that. But this episode's been just like this episode was just fun.
This episode was fun. This episode was just it wasn't Yaiba learning anything. It was just Yaiba being Yaiba.
Yep.
And it was great.
It was fantastic.
It was so fantastic.
I love how they got just like pushed in. Like what a stupid plan. First off. Obviously, but I love one scene I do love is when the mantis, starfish, and sea cucumber are devising their plan, and the shadow ogres in the background just making so much rice because Sayaka won't let him eat any meat, so Yaiba eating meat. So classic old school anime trope for main character eats a bunch of food.
Yep.
Damn it!
What?
I forgot for 2P Hero X, I meant to be like, this is just something I remembered watching, and I was like, going way back, I know, because there's a lot of, I was thinking of, regardless, I'm not even going to tell you my train of thought. When the main guy in 2P Hero X, Main Boy, when he first like started chasing the van, I was like, it's Moomin Rider!
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, same build and everything, yeah.
Yeah, but anyways.
Good old Moomin Rider.
But I love Yaibai just eating, like, they ran out of rice.
They ran out of rice because he was eating so much rice. 'Cause they wish you wouldn't give him any meat. Oh, my goodness, yes. This episode was just, it was such a fun. It was a fun, feel-good episode. And man, this show is just so good.
It slaps.
Yeah, and they got an opening that really battles for that. Really battles for the number one spot.
Their opening rock. My Heroes is still better, but like,
yeah. You said it best. When their drop is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. When it drops, it's awesome. All right, let's move on. Which watch episode?
4.
5.
Damn it.
I love how most of these are the same.
I know.
All right.
New character alert.
Yes. Let's get through the first 2 parts real quick, though, first. 1 and 3. The first one was hilarious.
I don't know who my favorite character in the show is, because that teacher is fighting for that spot right now. She's super funny.
But first of all, best anime opening animation goes to this.
They animated the shit out of it. They animated it better than the show.
Yeah. Well, that's funny because like I always wonder who the girl was, like Angel, and she's like drawing. Now we know it's her friend.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's her friend. But like the teacher. First of all, I love the absolute detail we got of this. I don't know if it's a real manga or not.
I don't know. That's a
I don't
question.
know. But
It might be
absolute detail we got out of it.
It might be the fact that the teacher. I loved the whole sequence in her head when she overheard them talking about the girl writing fan fiction, and then she had 10,000 followers, and she was able to Instagram stalk her down with it. It's like, she's my favorite.
Her favorite fan art.
I loved it.
Yeah. Oh my god. And then she's like, she's a goddess. Literally the picture where she's like holding the staff and like doing like the pose and everything. I was like, oh my god.
That's my favorite thing too in anime, where it's like when the character starts nerding out about something, they just accelerate their voice.
That is so funny. I love
it's
that.
It's a great little trope.
I also love when I wish I could remember her friend's name, but her friend was like going off about how much she loves like the show too, and she's like, I feel like I'm seeing myself. This is so cringy. And I was like, first of all, I don't know if that is really. I wonder how much that is an actual thing in Japan.
What do you mean?
Like being really into manga is like not cool for an adult or a kid, because apparently it's not cool.
Really?
In the show, it's not cool.
Really? Yeah, I didn't think about that. I don't know. That's a whole different culture. I'd have to. Let's start commenting on It's a Gundam's post. Do an episode on it. Yeah, because he knows people in Japan.
He what?
He knows people in Japan.
Oh, sure. Figure it out. Or maybe we just get our podcast big enough to the point we can go to Japan.
That'd be kind of fun too. That's a bucket list thing.
But yeah, and I love how the teacher's like, the teacher's downplaying that she's not into it, but then like literally just giving up the goose. Like she's just like,
instantly. Yeah. She has manga on her desk.
I know.
And she's like, I'm just borrowing those.
I know. She's like, I don't know. I didn't really read it, but what is that? I wish I could remember the arc, but like she's like this arc. She's like, that's my favorite arc too. Blah blah. And then of course, I love how she's like, you dropped this super ultra rare collectible thing.
I think this episode was just the student like breaking down barriers with her teacher and letting her be her true self.
That was fantastic. Then first of all, I do love that at the end of this episode they explained that like, hey, this was a 3-part episode.
Mm-hmm. That was great.
To be like, to just let you know that's why we just did this for fun so we can wrap up parts of the manga.
Nice, yeah.
But the second one, when the kid was like, I need to make sure like I'm invisible and no one notices me, blah blah blah, and I was like, oh, I wonder what this is about. And then he's like, so I can go to the bathroom, and they're like, what? They're like, just do it, man. He's like, I was bullied when I was a kid, and the one kid's like, look, it's the poop man. Little boys are hilarious.
They're the best.
We rock.
We're
so fucking funny.
I did enjoy how she was like, how Nico was like, little boys are so horrible, or like so mean. It's like, and the two guys were like, that's how boys be.
Yeah,
that's how we be. You just deal with it, man.
Home and the kid's like, look, it's the poop man, because he just went poop. It's the poop man. I was like, that is high comedy.
That is high comedy.
Also, this kid, there's moments where you're like, how can this go? Can this actually be entertaining? The whole saga of him going to the bathroom.
Amazing. Moy stepping in.
Oh my god, Moy stepping. He's like, I got this. Don't worry. Because
the principal is known. Not the principal. The gym teacher is known for his advanced senses.
Yeah, he can sense people.
It's like someone there. It's like,
Cool ability. I did like when like they were like when Moy was like he's like yeah when he came and talked to the witch he's like witch, and then they like how it's like kind of doesn't make you invisible, it lowers your presence. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It makes you you blend in the background.
And then I did like how she powered up. That was a cool explanation.
Oh yeah, with the crystal thing.
Yeah, that was
that's
kind
gonna
of cool.
turn. That's gonna turn. That might turn dark.
It definitely will.
Yeah, for the evil witches.
But then I did like just like they pretty much made fun of that this was a story.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, but it was a great story. It was like.
And
I
then
like when he walked into the bathroom too and was going, and some guy was like, "Someone's going to the bathroom already," and the guy was like, "What are you, 6?"
I know. Yeah. Also, he gets there and the bell rings. He's like, "Oh, perfect." I'm like, it sounds like you could have just, like, done this in the hallway at first or something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
First of all, it sounds like you need to go to a doctor.
Yeah, it sounds like you have some.
Sounds like this is a common problem you're having.
Yeah, because it was like aggressive, like stomach churning.
But then I love how difficult it all was. He was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna raise my hand," because he's like, "This was too much."
She's helping people. That kid has confidence.
Right
now.
when he was like, "How do I open this door?" I instantly laughed.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, but the main part of this episode was the introduction of this new character. Who doesn't love a good old love triangle?
I know, especially love triangle that the other two characters don't know anything about.
Yes, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be. Well, first off, when the teacher's like, "Hey, Moy, can you? There's a cat underneath my car," and he lifts up the car and then puts it down, and the two girls are like, "Can you go over to my house and remove this tree?" He's like, "What am I, a gardener?" I was like, "Show me Nico right now."
Now.
And then she went to Nico and Khan. That's his name, Khan.
Yeah.
We were saying Ken last episode. Khan. They were both mad. And I was like, that's hilarious. Don't know why Khan's mad. And Khan's just mad because Moy's getting attention.
Yep, that's it. That's all it is. He's angry. It's like, but why don't people like me more?
Yeah. And then Nico was like, I want to help people too. I was like, yeah, that's what it was.
That's what it is.
That's what it was. Wasn't that the two cuties were trying to get Moy to come back to his place?
You definitely didn't lie to your friend when she was asking about him a while ago.
Yeah,
whatever, sure.
So lo and behold, we have this new cute girl come in who's like cat girl, which that whole sequence of like, first of all, I love the music it plays for her. It's always like this classical dramatical music.
I wonder if she's ever gonna really interact with the party, or she's gonna be one of those ones where she's just like always in cat form.
I think she's gonna interact.
You think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
Like if you look at the opening, it seems like they interact.
All right, fair enough.
And it seems like the kid who's ice skating for some reason. I think becomes her familiar. Looking at the opening, if you look at the opening,
right. I'll have to examine it a little harder.
Yeah, I think that's.
I get hung up on Moy getting thrown into like the comic book panel part, and he's like, "What did I do under?"
Yeah, that's fantastic. But I love like, of course she lands on. First of all, I love her. Be like, "Don't touch me!" He's just like, "You dirty Tengu." I was like. When she was like, "Oh, am I supposed to talk to a boy my same age?"
I can't do that. What?
I love how
if I turn back now, I'll be the girl that got petted.
Yeah, I know. Because when they introduced her, I was getting ready for that classic, like, stoic, black hair girl that you see in anime, but she's just an absolute dumb idiot.
She's a complete.
Can't wait to see her mom.
Yeah, I know.
She's like, maybe my mom will finally be proud of me. I was like, oh my god, your mom's gonna suck.
And what, she's from like a high-blooded class of witches.
Yeah, which is like a town over.
Yeah, I know.
She's. I feel like she's gonna be heavily involved because like you need the like Nico being jealous.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have that just a little bit.
I think there's gonna be a scene later on where they're gonna realize she was the cat.
She was the cat the entire time.
Yeah.
That'd be really funny. I do like when the narrator pointed out, it's like, let me explain her power to you real fast. If she passes out, her magic turns off.
I know. When she turned, I was like, ooh! It would have been hot, but freaking Khan was like, he's like, I finally got the thing after. I was like, what is this?
Human
in my evolution thing?
And she just, I don't know. It was a sequence of her just like, do I get a free pass to sneak out right now?
And she did.
Score. Mm-hmm. That was so funny.
Yeah, they're just all a bunch of dumb idiots.
Yeah, they really are. But I'm so here for it.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
She's a great added character. We've had 2 characters added in the span of 3 episodes that are fantastic.
I love when they're at school.
Yeah, school is the best part.
Yeah,
it's the best interactions there. Yeah. I want Becky back already.
She was there. She was there. All she was doing was just yelling at Nico for being loud.
That's not enough.
No, yeah, no.
I want her to be more.
Yeah, I want her boy craziness to go off.
Exactly, let's go. Yeah. She's hilarious when she's doing that.
It would have been so funny too if she was like kind of boy crazy. It's still like not over Moy so much, but then like Khan comes in and she's like, I don't care about you.
Yeah. No one likes a dirty Tengu.
Or like not even know he's Tengu. She's like, why don't you wear real shoes?
That's true, yeah. Instead of those weird sandals.
Yeah, but great show. Great
Awesome
show.
episode. That was an awesome episode.
All right, last one. One Piece. Bam, 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 bam.
Good.
Whoa.
Oh, it's okay.
First-
So this is crap.
No, first it's the
Egghead Island arc, episode 1128.
Hey,
All right, let's go. I think it's like it's only like 20. The manga is 20 chapters ahead, so that's a good way to remember it.
Close to it. Close.
Well, this week is gonna screw it all up, but yeah.
Yeah, because it would have been because the manga chapter would have been 1148. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm all screwed. I'm gonna be all screwed up now, but it's fine.
This episode was very good as per usual.
Just what I wanted to see. This is like when we were reading the manga. You read it first, then you were telling us getting into all that stuff, and I was like, okay, cool. This is awesome. One Piece is great. Love and enjoying this. Really fun. And then this scene happened with Saint Saturn, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Honestly,
right now?
It changed everything. It
does.
changed everything.
It did. It put the show on its side. Yeah.
It literally, like you were just like you're like. First of all, Saint Saturn, they did such a good job.
It was amazing.
Not only classic One Piece where it's like overly long for him to even transport over, which is fine for me. I don't really care. It's classic One Piece. People complain about it. Like, oh, the pacing. Oh. Get over it. It's awesome and epic.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's amazing. That scene was great.
The way Saint Saturn was like this little like emu-ish slug thing that turned into like the spider form himself. And he looks great.
I know.
He looks menacing.
Amazing.
The color's perfect.
Yeah, the color is awesome. The purple is.
Yeah.
So, I always manage just pure black, but the
That's
purple
what I
is
thought too.
really
No,
good.
I liked it. And the red on his back with the fire.
Oh, it's fantastic. I love
Looks
that.
so good.
Dude, the sequence where he was like, so he commands the pacifistas. He's in like I don't know, mid transportation phase, and then then it's the spider moving forward.
Oh, that was great. Yeah.
I was like, whoa, this was so cool.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. There's definitely some impact frame somewhere in this, but
I'm
like,
sure, yeah, for sure, yeah. But when he was transforming, it was like almost like a Studio Ghibli style transformation. Like beautiful. I was getting Princess Mononoke vibes when he was like mid spider transformation, and like the boar demon at the beginning of the thing, where it's like the
yeah. Yeah.
That was they killed it.
And as you pointed out, I never noticed in the symbol that 5 is there.
Yeah, for the 5 Garci, which means that Emo probably can only have the.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said something very spoiler alert.
Yeah, you got a lot of problems with that one. Yeah.
I said something very spoilerish. That like, yes, we could have put a spoiler warning, but that's just too spoiler.
Yeah, it was too much.
Yeah. But he looked, probably for the 5 Gorsi.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't notice that last time.
No.
Yeah.
That was wild. Yeah.
But like,
I forgot he brought his cane with him when he did it too.
Dude, it looks so cool.
So good. He looks so good.
Yeah, it looked great. Honestly, also Sanji, our boy, coming in clutch, finally good.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
His lady radar.
Lady Dar.
Lady Dar was fantastic.
Yeah, and I love Vegabug's like, it's not scientific, but I'll trust it. Or I love when he goes, has it ever gone wrong? And Frankie's like, well, no.
Well, now, so yeah. Oh, that was so good.
Also, it's a very small scene, but I like it a lot. Is one, we get to see our boy Chop. But how Chopper feels Saint Saturn.
Yeah.
Because he's an animal.
Yeah, and the presence is all messed up.
Yeah.
Like
and Nami and Usopp are like, what?
What's going on?
Edison, awesome, because he knows that Stussy is going to die. So he's like, I'll go on. Don't worry. Yeah. Edison Chopper's just amazing.
They are fire.
Everything about that I miss Shaka a little bit.
I do miss Shaka a lot. Shaka was so cool. What?
Let's get a little closer. But, yeah.
Shaka was so cool.
Yeah.
I like Shaka. He was the best one. I mean, like, yeah. Fuck York.
He's not the best one.
Okay, Edison's the best one. He was second best though. He was the coolest.
That is true.
He was he was definitely the coolest.
That is true.
Edison is the best one, but he's the coolest.
York is definitely the worst.
Fuck York.
How
dare she shoot our boy?
And then Kizaru being annoying as he is, blowing the cloud thing over. And then we gotta specifically go into detail about this.
Yes.
I'm going to say this. The final punch in the Gear 5 is awesome. I may never like Gear 5 in the anime.
I'm not going to say never.
I can't say never, but in Egghead, I don't think I will.
It's so tough because
And I honestly,
all the complaints that we have are still there.
Honestly,
them.
I never really noticed the laugh that much, but the more you pointed it out, I was like, he never stops.
They don't stop ever with the laugh. And like Joy Boy's laugh is great, especially in the manga and stuff like that. It's great, but it's not. It's like whenever Luffy's not talking, he's laughing.
It's diminishing the laugh.
It really is.
Yes.
Like everyone,
It's hyperinflating the laugh.
It really,
It's
true,
going down in value.
Yeah, it really, really is. And
I hate.
There were some things that I like. So when there's a couple scenes so when Kizaru first shoots off his Yasakare beads, whatever thing, sacred jewel. When he shoots those off and Luffy's doing those like weird little dodging things, I didn't hate that. I thought that was fine. Especially I'm pretty sure that's in the manga, so I'm okay with it because like Gear 5 is dorky.
I just hate the noises.
The noises are not great.
It makes the fight have no weight.
Yeah, but then where it was just like the tornado is like the perfect example. It's like he was in that tornado spin for far too long. Would have been fine if it happened for 3 seconds, but they kept him in it and then like had a whole sequence there, and it feels like. And yes, the payout was great, but it's like I feel like they're wrecking Gear 5, and they don't need to do this.
So it's like the payout punch is like example of like what it should be in like our One Piece correct opinion, since we are massive One Piece people.
Facts. Yeah. I'm pretty sure most of our studio is One Piece now.
Yeah, it definitely is the majority.
Majority for sure.
Taking over, but like, is that punch was exactly how it should be. It's like. It looked like a Luffy power-up. The noises weren't ridiculous. He wasn't ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, he was ridiculous enough in the Gear 5-ish way.
Yeah.
But, like, it wasn't so bad. And it was just like a power-up hit move. I do agree. Now you pointed out, too, his face is weird.
Yeah, right? Yeah. It doesn't look like
they made
Gear
his noise
anymore.
so pointy.
Yeah, they did.
But
it doesn't look like Gear 5 in the manga.
And his face is, like, the drawing of his face is, like, smaller than, like, his head. It's weird.
Yeah, it's really odd.
But, like, that's how it should be. It's just like a power-up, cool move. They're just, like I said, like prime example is like Zoro, Rob Lucci fight, which, by the way, if you read the manga, it goes for a while. Just that's not spoiler.
It's a background.
It's a background thing, and you don't see it much. I'm glad what they're doing. I'm enjoying that. Like, that was one thing when reading the manga, I was like, I kind of wish I saw more of this fight.
I know, yeah, right.
And for me, cutting to that for a second, like they've been doing, just literally cut to for a little, it's fine with me. However, the thing is the Luffy thing is you don't need to extend everything with Gear 5.
Everything with Gear 5. And like in last episode, this is like I want to correct myself from last episode. Most of the stuff that happened in that episode, fight-wise, did happen in the manga. It just happened so much faster. So I think that's why it confuses me. Like what you're saying is that they extend every movement he does.
They do. And it's like we are big fans of the extension of panels.
Yeah.
Prime example, this episode, Saint Saturn going to the island. In the manga, that's literally like, I don't even know, like 5 panels maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But this was great.
This was awesome because it's like because it gets to show. Galaxy Impact is a great example. Galaxy Impact is one panel.
Yeah. Yes.
But
it's nothing like what the anime did.
But you get to, and when you read it, you feel the impact. But when you get to anime, you really get to feel the impact.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
But it's like Gear 5. You don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Anymore.
Yeah.
It's just a power up now.
It is just a power up. It is just a power up. When he did Snake Man right before he turned in all this stuff, and he did the Snake Man attacks, we didn't focus on those for so long. We didn't add or extend those or anything like that. And even like back in the Kaido fight, when Luffy went like in his golden transformation thing, which really didn't really do much. And then when we did Red Rock right at the beginning there, like remember how like cinematic and awesome and extended Red Rock was?
Yeah.
But, like,
that was
fast,
awesome.
And it wasn't nuts. This is just like Gear 5 isn't like this.
I think we'll have to see what the next big fight in the manga One Piece is for Luffy.
Yeah.
It's sadly we probably won't be able to get to like have our true opinion of Gear 5 until that gets animated, which might be like I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
8 months from now, or something like that.
A recap episode next episode.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But like, my thing is there is a chance. I'm like, all right, Gear 5 is the worst thing that's ever happened in One Piece.
Yeah, the anime.
The anime. In the manga, it's fantastic.
I love it in the manga. Yeah.
because I can't hear it.
Yeah, I can't hear it, and it's not. It just they don't extend every movement that he does.
He just
the goofy running that looks fine in the manga.
Once again,
so weird.
Because once again, it's telling you it's the noises. It's like, and it's like, if you just ran, you don't need the noise.
Yeah.
You literally don't need the noise.
Yeah.
Like it's you don't need it. Like there's just no. I would have liked. I'm fine with the noises in the start of it. So you go, hey, this is like we're really like you're saying like. We're really amplifying what Gear 5 is. Yes. Now, we got rid of those because, like, you know what it is.
Yeah. We don't really need those. And, like, the problem also with the noises, too, is they don't fit half the time when he's doing things. Like,
yeah, that's
when
true.
When he was doing all his dodging things, like, the animation, I didn't think looked that bad. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, some of the noises are like glass breaking.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. Like, there were times where he was just, like, mid-air doing nothing, and there was noises happening.
It's like they clipped, like, a bunch of Tom and Jerry stuff and, like, didn't actually, like, try to, like...
It's super weird. Yeah. I don't know what's going on over Toei with this.
All I know is a lot of people are not happy about it. A lot of people are not happy about it.
And I'm not like, and they're not wrong for me not happy with it, especially like this, like
especially because like the last 2 episodes were incredible.
I know they were good episodes. Yeah. They're just like
insanely. Kizuru's animation alone is just insane.
They're breaking the budget? Holy moly! It's this awesome. Episode too with him was nutty.
Even Sanji was animated. Was great.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah, it's so once again this was a great episode.
Yes, fantastic.
But it's just like this is the problem with One Piece is an amazing anime. This is a great episode, but you're dragging it down just a little bit by breaking this amazing mechanic they already have.
We're One Piece like stands.
Oh, 100%.
Like we're like One Piece. I say One Piece is my favorite TV show.
Yeah, like, easily. It's the greatest fiction story ever told.
Do you think?
We can throw out Lord of the Rings. That's the tough part, but I really like.
I've literally quote. It's written in a Teams chat. So I could pull it up one day. Yeah. I literally said One Piece is the Lord of the Rings.
It is the Lord of the Rings.
When it finishes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It is, no, I said when it finishes.
Oh, when it finishes.
Yeah, because we don't know. Because the ending could be fucking, Yeah, I'm assuming it's not going to be.
Yeah, Oda's pretty good with that.
Yeah, but like, if it was friendship.
Yeah.
Actually, it's one of those things, though. I'm going to say this. Controversial. If Oda is the only person that could make it friendship, it makes sense.
Oh, 100%.
And I'd be like, damn you, Oda. You got us again.
You did it again, man. Again.
But if it finishes amazing, as we all expect it will be, it's the Lord of the Rings of it, like the anime.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It will have that level of impact.
Yes, it will, yeah. Yeah, I agree
People
with that.
People don't copy it.
I know, yeah.
They're scared.
Yeah.
There's statues of the characters in Japan.
Yeah. They have I think they have a theme park.
Oh, they do. It looks so cool.
Yeah.
The live action is the only actually decent, not great, but decent live action.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's the only one they actually I feel like they actually put like effort into.
Yeah. It's the only one that actually because
then Cowboy Bebop.
Because like I think the problem is with the One Piece one is like they know like first of all, I would say if you watch the live action, you just plan on you do have to go with a different lens of not because it's live action. It's like clearly Oda wanted it to be told in a different way.
Yeah,
he wanted it to be more adultish.
Yeah,
which it definitely is, and I actually don't think that's that bad. You just have to be like, this is what's the word I'm looking for, which usually is bad. A homage or different telling of the story.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's a different version.
Yeah,
it's an Elseworld.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, this episode's still fantastic.
Fantastic episode, loved it. When he actually hit Kizaru and hit him in the head, it was fantastic.
That was awesome.
I was waiting for that scene for a while, and it was awesome. so good. But yeah, overall, it's fantastic. They're killing it with Saint Saturn immediately. Even his power right off the rip there of like just blowing that guy's eyes out.
The poor Navy soldiers.
They really got beat on this episode. Pacifistas, that stupid ride lady. I'm gonna drive a pacifista, and then just drives it horribly.
Yeah, I put it out this episode. I also put it out this episode too. Is like these admirals or whatever they are, fucking
Japanese. I guess.
What? No. Yeah, it's true. These admirals are clearly incredibly weak. They're like losing to one pacifista.
Yes.
Get out of here.
Yes.
You couldn't do anything to anybody.
The otter guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think you said during the anime, it's like he like gave his long name. It's like no one's gonna remember you.
Yeah, I did say I was like no one will remember you. No one's gonna remember you.
You don't matter at all.
Yeah,
but overall that is fantastic. They're just killing it with that. Yeah.
Then we have a recap next episode because they're jerks and they really want to lean into this Kuma backstory. And this is not a spoiler. Get the tissues out, everybody. Yeah. We're screwed.
I wasn't ready. Neither are you.
Yes. Thank you, Normal Nerd Nation, for listening and maybe even watching another podcast episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Instagram Davis is always posting hilarious memes on there.
Also, like and subscribe while you're at it, and leave a rating if you have some time. It helps people find the show.